Beautiful day out here.
Beautiful day. Right now I'm with Jim Domke. He's a former news photographer. We're out in some beautiful country in Pennsylvania. Well, what are we looking for?
Well, we're here with in Lancaster County looking for some Amish and looking at doing their daily chores, trying to capture some of this old lifestyle in contrast with some of the modern houses and things going on here.
You know, a lot of people know that they really don't want their pictures taken. How do you feel about taking pictures of folks like the Amish?
Around here it's become very commercial, and it's everybody's probably had all these every Amish person here has probably had his picture taken by every tourist that's been by. So I feel they've probably come to grips to this, and I'm not really trying to be obnoxious about this. I'm using some long lenses, and I'm trying to stay out of the way and not really bother them and interfere with their lifestyle. I just want to kind of peek in a little bit like a fly on the wall.
I'll tell you, we're waiting here. Maybe we can get some nice scenery, but you know, that really brings me to the question. Have you ever been in a situation where you really shouldn't have been as a photographer?
More times than I'd like to remember. A newspaper photographer often has to do something, take a picture with people that don't really care to have their picture taken, and I've had a situation with a union where they were doing a demonstration, and I was covering it, and actually wasn't even taking a picture, just the sight of me with my cameras around my neck trying to disappear, look invisible. A couple of guys came up to me, and before I knew it, I was on the ground.
And so we walked, and we watched, and we waited. Patience was eventually rewarded, but the good shots didn't come easy. And at first, we missed more than a few opportunities.
I think I'm trying to look for nice scenery. Unfortunately, you have to compromise with stuff like this. You got that farmyard, and they probably had this thing done to them before. I got a nice little picture. Oh, I got my shadow in the way. Let's stick around here and see when you get this other carriage coming up. It's not a bad shot. You got it?
Well, I'm going to wait for that to crest the hill.
Well, you're going to lose it. Well, I think these Amish aren't going to cooperate too much with the composition. We've seen this before where they're turning before we get ready.
So what's the shot we're hunting for?
You don't know till you see it. It's trying to get something that says a little bit about the way things are now. I don't want them to pose. I want to be unobtrusive and get something that shows the way of life that still exists around here.
When we saw someone we wanted to photograph, our desire to respect the privacy of the Amish usually meant we didn't get the shot.
I think I'm going to shoot through the window here, guys.
I'm dying too. It looks like a mother and two kids and a baby.
Watch a big truck getting our way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to I don't want to really cause them any pain and suffering. I do find it's an interesting statement here, and even with, like, on the highway here, them walking, it's kind of an interesting contrast, and there's so much exploitation of the tourists alone with the Amish thing that we're keeping our distance, and they're going off the side road, and we're not going to get the picture.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, here he comes across.
Are we close enough?
No, I think it's just too much of a speck. I'd like to get a little closer, I think. This is a 350, but something like this, you almost need a 500, and I think we can find a little road that's a little closer.
All right, let's do that.
Try as we might, the best pictures always seem to be about a half-mile away.
There's a little kid out there. He's a little, if it was more of a group, it would have worked out better. I guess he's going home from school or something. Sort of nice there with the green field and the farm in the background. But he just gets lost in the landscape. We're gonna have to move a little closer, I think.
All right.
And when we were bold enough to get closer, our subjects usually spotted us. And our pictures reflected more of Amish reluctance to be photographed than of Amish life.
Look right through there.
Oh my God, okay, I got this.
Yep, a shy one there.
I'm wondering what we're looking at.
Well,
It doesn't know that I have a 350 millimeter lens. I think that was my picture there.
yeah, that's probably a good picture. I
Yeah.
think it might be a good picture, but you know what I wonder about? Do you think that was an invasion of privacy there?
Well, we're standing on public property, so technically I don't think so,
But in a situation like this, as Jim was quick to point out, you adhere to what's strictly legal, and you guide yourself by what feels right.
I think this is really going to be interesting. They're going to have a barn raising here in a while. Once they get their modern machinery to help them out, build a foundation, the ironies around here are really, here I got their wash, all their black clothes with a mechanized cement mixer in the foreground.
I'm gonna try to get that lady up against that white.
Well, so where do you draw the line? I kept thinking, if it was me in the carriage, how would I feel seeing two photographers by the side of the road? Would I be complimented or angry? That's the judgment call you often have to make as a photographer. Not just when you're out photographing strangers in their native setting, but even when you're photographing friends and family at home. Only you can decide when it's the right time to shoot and when the lens cap is better left on.